So, this is a video explaining the future content on my channel, because my channel is seriously starting to make a lot more money than it did before. Um, First thing I want to start off by saying is I went to the farmer's market this morning and I met a guy named Fred, and I'm like, have you ever had that where the minute you see someone, you just know that you have a connection with them, regardless of their sex, race, gender, ethnicity? Wait, race and ethnicity are the same thing. Anyways, you just know you have a connection with them. So I just talked to him for like an hour or an hour and a half, because he needed to work and I didn't want to distract him too much. So when I got home, I kind of raced back home, because I have that website where you can type in any name and know the birth path behind the name. So he was a 6, of course. I knew he was some matching number with mine. At first I asked him about his zodiac and all that shit. You know, I started realizing that if you know someone's like birth path numbers, you know that person. Like, you don't know them, everything about them, but you know their in general person type of personality. You see, here's how it works. You have a number for your first, middle, and last name, and then so you have the traits of the numbers from your first, middle, and last name. You could be like 2 7s and an 8, or you could be 3 1s, or you could be, and then you do all this math shit. I use a calculator. I mean, they give a birth chart calculator, the website I use, so I don't have to do all that crazy ass math. And they combine those numbers and do a bunch of strange shit, and it makes another number. So you are literally a combination of 4 different numbers. And not only that, there is a difference between your just in general birth path number and your first, middle, and last name. Like just in general, your birth path number could be 2, but your middle name could have a birth path number of 22, which is a master number, like my cousin has, and his dad has, because they have the same middle name. Me, I'm not, I'm kind of a, how can I describe this in a nice way? I'm a pacifist, power-hungry leader that loves helping people. That's the best way to describe what I am made up of. A 7, an 8, and a 1. And somehow all those put together with some math and stuff makes a 9. So I am that's pretty hilarious actually, a 1. A 7, 8, and a 9, and a 1. Yeah. I thought there was a 6 in there somehow. I don't know. Yeah. I need to rest my foot. Since I was at the farmer's market, and I had to walk all the way home, which is kind of tiring in the sun. This woman walking home went like this. I was walking home without my shirt on, completely dehydrated, and this woman drives past me. She was mildly attractive, and she goes, "What the fuck was that?" I was checking. Did she have a cigarette? No, she didn't have a cigarette. She wasn't flicking a cigarette or anything. Look at this, massive. People will be like, "Is he drinking from a flower vase?" Yes. Okay, let's just get down to the future content of my channel. I am making an extremely awesome subliminal. Like, it's the only one you will ever need of any fighting subliminal. Yeah, there are fighting subliminals which show you pictures, and then there's things scrolling up the screen saying that you're a good fighter. Those will mentally work, but they're not showing you fighting moves. They're not showing you any of these things. So you'll have the intention of wanting to fight and the bravery that you can fight, but you won't know any of the fighting moves. That's why I incorporate fighting moves into my subliminals. So this one is going to be different in the way of I'm not using any fake like martial art movies in the clips where they do. This is specifically for wrestling, street fighting, and boxing. Which really, in any real fight, since I've been in 4 real fights that I all caused. It was my fault. You only need those things in an actual fight. I'm going to incorporate in this subliminal judo, jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, boxing, maybe some Muay Thai. Yeah, God. Fucking stuff in my nose. And I just want to give a short update on what my eyes look like, because I know I was not supposed to look in the mirror for 9 days, but I broke that promise yesterday, and then this morning I'm like, holy shit, my eyes are getting so bright. Like, they're not turning silver very much, but they're getting lighter. Like, they illuminate now. You know how when you're in the sun or near someone, your eyes will show up all shiny or brighter? They'll appear brighter. That's how my eyes are now without any sunlight. I can be in a dark room now and my brown will show up, like, illuminated. And it's just like, yes. I think it's more of the hard work that I like more. The payoff from the hard work. I don't like getting things just handed to me because there's no challenge and it's not fun that way. I like working hard towards things and then just getting a payoff. Plus, it's my birthday tomorrow, which, hooray! Yeah, yay! um, Other than that, I don't know. I, I just want everyone to know this subliminal has feints, slips, um, I'm pretty much looking up all the boxing lingo on Wikipedia, and I'm going on YouTube and finding how-to videos to do those things. Close quarter combat, infighting, just like all these things that are in boxing. I want to do little parts of each one in this subliminal, mixed with wrestling and Brazilian jiu-jitsu and judo and all of that fun stuff. That way when you're in a fight, it will be automatic. Plus, in the subliminal, I'm going to put in one of the affirmations, this is how you fight during when your fight or flight is activated. Because when your fight or flight activates and you don't know how to fight, you're just going to go completely to tribal. You're going to just attack the other person and get your ass kicked. That's what happened to me before I started listening to subliminals. Now, I can sense things from, like, fucking really far away. I can sense movements. I can sense all these things. I now put my hands up when I'm walking because it's automatic. Like, I don't have to think about doing that. I don't say, hey, just in case I'm going to fight anyone, I got to put my hands up. No, it's automatic. My brain now automatically, if there seems to be a threat subconsciously, my hands will start to rise. And it's just like, wow, that's from the God Mode subliminal I made on Daily Motion. It's just amazing. It really is. But I want to take it a step further, and when I do that, this subliminal might not come out for 3 months. I'm not kidding. This subliminal may not come out for 3 months because I need a new computer to edit this subliminal. My last subliminal I made, which had like 6 clips, it crashed my computer 3 times. I need a new computer, and I'll get one, but not instantly. My whole entire life, I've bought either refurbished things, I've gotten hand-me-downs, or I've bought used things because I've always got small parts, small amounts of money, and I saved up that money to buy something, and then I had no money left. Or I would need help from someone else to chip in so I could pay it off because I would only have 100 and it cost 200. It's just shit like that. Since I'm starting my business, and it will make me money, I don't want to be that parent that yells at their kids because their kids want to go to a water park, or their kids want to go to Chuck E. Cheese, or they want to go somewhere and their parents can't get it for them, so the parents just get mad. Like, I don't want to be that parent. I want to be the parent that can spoil the living fuck out of their kids. I want to buy everything for my kids. I want them to be fucking spoiled. I want them to be I want them to be responsible. But I also want them to be uh, uh, proud. I want them to be entitled. I want them to be, yeah. Some person will be like, well, you don't always get what you want. Yeah, that's because you're not making what you want happen. Anything you think, you'll start doing. Anything you practice, you'll start doing. Anything you practice will be automatic. If you keep saying that your kids will turn out this way, instead of, oh, I hope my kids turn out this way, which won't work. You can't say, oh, I hope my kids come out black and you're white. No, you gotta know it's gonna happen. You gotta convince your mind it's gonna happen. You gotta do all. I think like 90% of the things we do in our society are placebo effect. I think we're such big. No, I know that we're such big creators that all these little things are just stimuli. Because you can go years without sleeping or years without eating, but it's a mental thing. Part of your brain tells you need sleep. But if you ignore that, or if you pretend to take a pill and you make your brain think that that is happening with that, then it will happen. Because it's the placebo, which I used to call placebo because I was just very dyslexic as a kid. And honestly, I do believe, that lots of the medications at hospitals are placebo effect. Especially if someone tells you what it does before you take it, you're automatically in your subconscious going to say, oh, it does this, okay, oh, it's working for me. Someone left me a message on YouTube last night, and I checked it, but YouTube didn't allow me to respond to it. So if you're that person, I wanted to respond, but I just couldn't. YouTube is YouTube. Well, shit, I'm going to end the video here. You create your own reality. You make choices in life. You. since I'm going to become YouTube famous, not too far from now, and someone watches this eventually and reaches this point of the video, I have this message to say. Anyone named Thomas, you're a good person. It's just random. If you reach this point and your name is Thomas, oh my god, that's weird. Okay, goodbye everyone. Share my channel. Stay tuned for my future content because it's going to be awesome once I get a new computer.